it was such a massive high for us coming off the Olympics, and then having to go back in and play again in such a short period. Probably a little bit burnt out. I think we were quite upset about the whole 2017 after coming off such a big high and after a gold medal, but we couldn't control it because we were in it. And sometimes when you're so far in it, you don't realise what's happened until you're out of it, out of that year, and can actually look back and go and reflect and go, oh, yeah, maybe we probably needed a bit more of a break, you know, a bit more time off, a bit more family time before we actually kick into gear again and really push for that next year. And I think, you know, the staff and all the girls have learnt from that, and that's something that, you know, we have fixed and we really enjoy doing, is going home and just seeing our families and unwinding, and then coming back in and going, all right, I'm refreshed, I need to get going. Because we've, you know, only been professional for 5 years, so, you know, that was probably a little mistake that we had let ourselves down with. It's kind of funny because in this team, the culture that you build and the friendships and family that you make, you kind of have that aura and that feeling. So when we're out there on the training paddock and, you know, everyone's down and stuff, it's as simple as a high five. Just like get around, like lift the mood, change the tone in your voice, and put the smile on. Like, it's none of it is fake. It's just me going, wow, these girls are really low. They need to be pumped up. We're about to play a game. Like, that's when sometimes that comes out as well. But you need those Energizer bunnies. It doesn't need to be the same person all the time because you see that same face, but when it's, you know, crucial, that's when I'm stepping in going, yeah, all right, let's go girls. So, you know, when you need someone that's positive, you go to Elliot Green and you go, righto mate, let's chuck on some music, and everybody's up and upbeat. And when you got to have some hard conversations, you go to Shannon or you come to both of us. But we as a group know that. It's the same as on the rugby field though as well. Because we spent so much time off the field and we've spent so much time on the field, you kind of know each other. Like Charlotte Cazet's going to dummy and then pass it, and Quirky will pump it 3 times before she passes it. So just analysing each other and having that time to actually go, wow, you're an amazing human. I love that you're in this team. You're doing it next to your best mate, and you don't want your best mate to get hurt or injured, so you're going to put your body on the line for them, and you're going to give everything for your family and friends. Raw kind of developed leading into the Olympics, so we were sort of just collaborating together. And at that time, Katy Perry Raw was out, and that was one of the songs that we actually sang in the change room and belted it out. So we came up with like little acronyms, and the one that stuck was RAW, and it was Rough Olympic Dream, Accountability and Respect. And that was something that we pride ourselves on every time we went out onto the field. We actually did like a little video as well as the leadership group, and got like a tiger outfit and things like that to show what those actual acronyms and that those letters stood for. And it was taking the equipment out, and it wasn't the same person doing that, filling up water bottles. You know, we kind of adapted to how the All Blacks were as well, like sweeping the sheds and making sure that you were just a good human. So I think, yeah, RAW was really important for us going through to the Olympics. Yeah, I think it's obviously really important to have that life balance, because as a rugby player, becoming professional, you can, you know, focus so much on rugby and it just becomes a bit crazy. So I think by having that separate life, you know, I'm Sharni the rugby player, but also Sharni mechanic, gives me that out as well to go and share my rugby with the community, but with my workmates, but also then not actually have to talk about rugby. Because when, at the end of the day, when you come back to rugby, all you've been doing is talking rugby. But you can also get skills from outside as well. So whatever you're doing, for me, instance, being a mechanic, I can come back in and go, okay, I can fix cars, how do I fix a person? You know, I can sort of adapt to a few different things, and we've seen that with a lot of the girls as well. You know, we've got OTs and and stuff like that come back in and go, oh, I learnt this, and being able to share what you've learnt outside of rugby as well. One that rings pretty clear is probably the World Cup 2013, our Sevens World Cup. We were playing off for 5th, and so we were pretty devastated about that, and it wasn't very good weather. It was wet, and the girls hate playing in the wet, and it was my first time captaining, and it's actually on YouTube. I got hit and I'd had a bloody nose, and we had our incentive money, so our DAS, Australian Institute of Sport, give us some government funding to better our program. So I don't know how much it was a quite big deal for us, and we needed to win that tournament, and it was 10-all, and it was almost full time, and I just switched under and scored the try, and you just see the girls' faces and they just come running for you, and it's like, yeah, I've done my job captaining this team. Like, I've got them this money. It's this rugby game, this tournament is bigger than just this one moment. It's outside of rugby that has really counted here as well. It's our livelihood that we've just sort of gone out and won. So I think that was probably my best moment, even though it was a while ago, but it was pretty cool to go, wow, this is my first time captaining and I pulled through for the girls. Yeah, I think I did. I think it put a bit of a feather in my cap to go, wow, I can do this. Like, I've had people trust in me that I can be a captain, but I think a little bit of self-belief wasn't there, that I was still that, shy country kid going, I don't think he's got the right call. But after that moment and seeing the way the girls reacted, I think I really, stood up and went, okay, that C's next to my name, I've got to be here for them, and I've got to be Sharni the captain. I've had to actually be sidelined in 2016, just before the Rio Olympics. Had a knee injury, and that's when we decided to have the co-captaincy with Shannon and myself. We have been playing together for maybe 7 or 8 years now, and a lot of the girls think that we're, the mum and dad. They think that we're quite similar, and I think it's more that I'm the doer. So I go out and I show the way, I lead by example. I've got that upbeat energy to go, come follow me. And then Shannon's the voice as well. We put ideas together, but she's the one going, girls, this is how it's done. She's the teacher, pointing the finger and explaining things. So I think that we work really well together in that aspect, because that lets me be able to focus on one job and Shannon to be able to focus on one job, and then we collaborate together really nicely. By making them feel wanted and a part of the team, it means that they've contributed to a part of that process going forward. And when you see something come into fruition and you've had that idea, that then sparks you up a bit more, and it makes you be able to play better rugby as well. In our team, we need to have a voice in our team, make everybody feel wanted and a part of the team. It's probably similar to like a family. So when you're at home around the dinner table, you make everyone say something, or how was your day? And that's as simply as making people involved in that team. By girls seeing that their voices have actually been heard and that changes are being made, makes them play better rugby.